Hi Libra, this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 5th to the 11th of January. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. My readings are also timeless, so if you stumble across one of my readings and it's not in the time frame stated in the title, it means it's for your next 7 days starting from tomorrow. So let's begin. I immediately saw a griffin. It's like a white-faced griffin and it's got like a sandy colored body. Something new is knocking on your door this week, and it's from the universe. The universe is sending you something very brand new. It's a very brand new um, experience. It's like it's an upgrade in your life. It's very, very brand new. It's a type of experience that you've never experienced before, emotions you've never experienced before. So the griffin here is for as a strength for as a symbol of strength, loyalty, and protection for you at this time. And this is also what part sort of power within yourself you've stepped into actively, by following your truth, trying to be as free as possible. The more free you've become, the more you've opened up your heart space to feeling emotions of love, feeling emotions regarding love for yourself, for other people. Just the way you view people in general has changed quite a lot, and you have a different world view, in regards to matters matters of the heart. Maybe you feel like there's a lot of mad hatters like in the world in general, like people are just in general crazy, and you're like, to save your own sanity, you've sort of in the past you've put yourself behind the shell, and now you've been kind of allowing yourself to be more free, and you've gone from an eagle to a griffin. So I had this thing about you, Libra, like about a month ago, I guess, a month or two ago, of you like transforming into this white eagle to free yourself. And it's like by you flying around, you've grown even bigger, and now you've turned into this kind of griffin. And this is what you're showing up as. That's kind of like this griffin flying around. It's like his wings are now strong enough. You believe that you can fly so much that you've actually grown in this time space of from that reading that I did, like I don't know when it was, um, but you've grown actually physically in size, um, in the spiritual realm. Like your energy's grown. Like you were very doubtful before of yourself, of like, where is this true? Is this not true? Like you stepping outside of the box of what was comfortable, like you had a very pessimistic view that things were going to turn out in a very bad way for you if you took one step out and you tried something different, not having everything calculated. And so like you've been living in a way where you're not calculating things and you're just going with the flow of things, and that has allowed you to spiritually grow into this griffin. And a griffin is also a mythological creature, um, and they're telling me to tell you that. So your spirit guides are telling me to tell you that, yeah, you know, it's a mythological creature. So it's like you believe a lot more now within your own self, within your own energy, that you're capable of really achieving things. Like it's not just, oh, I wish this and I wish that. Like you're actually like, no, I can do this and I can do that. Some cards want to, yeah, you've walked away from disappointing things. Yeah, moving towards your happiness here at this time. You're gonna love this experience that comes in here, this new experience that's gonna come in for you. It feels like friendships. Like it could be people you're meeting or you've already met, and it's just like a connection deepening with you and people in general around you. This could be platonic. This could be a relationship. Um, I'm getting here that is mostly platonic, like just friendships, people that you're on the same page with, not necessarily on the same level, but you're on the same page or in the same book, should I say? You're in the same book. But you're having some new experiences this week in regards to this situation. You're gonna be. I'm hearing the word weary. You're gonna be very wary of like people because you've had a bad experience in general with people in life, like just how people have treated you, lack of reciprocity in terms of what you give in French in any kind of relationship, like you've not received back what you give to other people, and so like you're receiving quite a lot here during this week, and it's making you feel emotions that you've never felt before, or maybe haven't come close to in a long time. I'm hearing the word gifted. You're gonna feel very gifted. I'm seeing like a light. I'm seeing you just in the darkness with your hands out like this, and there's like this little light, and this glittery light, and it's just falling into your hands here this week. I don't know what's going on. It's your inner child. Your inner child wished for many things when you were young. A wish for a way of living, wish that your life could be a certain way. You probably don't remember it. But when you were young, you wished for a lot of things. You wanted your life to be a certain way. You wanted a magical kind of life, and that's what's coming into your hands. And it's coming in. It's like a little ball that's very glittery. It shines a lot, and it's just dropping into your hands. And you've got your hands open up, and as it falls into your hands, it's like I'm seeing the scenery change all of a sudden. Like you're no longer in the darkness. I'm seeing um, like a big forest, like a beautiful forest where it's like an enchanted forest where there's like all kinds of creatures and butterflies, and I'm seeing all kinds of things, and there's rainbows and beautiful trees, and there's waters, and there's just a lot there's a lot going on as it falls into your hand. You're having a massive perspective shift, is what I'm hearing this week. Yeah, your perspective is changing in a lot of ways. This is not just like an epiphany or something. This is a big shift in your reality and how you think about things and how you view things. Your whole mentality is shifting here this week. Not to say that you're gonna stop doing things and you're gonna start doing new things, but you're looking at things. It's like the best way I can describe it is your mind is changing. Like not in terms of like a decision, but your mind is literally changing because the healed parts of you are actively speaking to you. They have been speaking to you, but you're recognizing them here this week. The active parts that you've been healing in the last year, the parts of yourself that you've been healing, they've been talking to you since you've been healing them. The more you've been healing them, the more they've been talking to you. And now your mind is changing this week, literally, which is very interesting. It's like you're gonna feel like a new person on the inside. You're gonna be making very different decisions than you've ever known to make decisions about things. I see you being very open-minded as well, being very foolish, like the fool. I see you being very foolish. Oh no, I picked that one already. Yeah, I see you being very foolish. Um, like almost like almost being like very optimistic. Yeah, big bright ideas. The fool's not actually a fool. Like he's a lot wiser than he knows, but he doesn't know he's wise. And the reason that he's not a fool is because he fully immerses himself in his environment, and by immersing himself fully without any restriction, he's able to experience life to the fullest. And so, in that sense, he's not a fool. And also, the reason why he's not a fool is because he's waiting for the time for his heart to tell him that it's now the time for him to begin his journey. So he's waiting. So he's in this energy of like knowing that his life is going to be really amazing. Um, but he doesn't go off and just set off randomly. He's waiting for his heart to tell him that it's the time. When he gets a feeling that it's the time to begin his journey, that's when he goes. But he stays in this happy energy, and people can't understand why he's always so happy. It's like he's blissed out. He's like I don't have to worry about a thing. I'm progressing on my life, whether things look like something to someone, whether it looks like something to someone else. I know this is my journey and my journey is about to begin. I'm just waiting for the right moment to begin the journey. So it's like people might be judging you from the outside and looking at you and not understanding the kind of moves you're making or what you're doing with yourself. But you're on your own journey, you're on your own adventure, so to speak, in life. And so you're kind of trusting all your problems to the universe, to your spirit guides, to the gods and goddesses that watch over you. That some of you they are, some of you they aren't. That are watching over you. But I'm getting here that definitely your spirit guides and the universe is watching over a lot of you at this time. Um, in regards to your problems, so you've kind of given your problems away because you've realized now that by you obsessing about your problems and worrying about problems and spending time thinking about problems doesn't make the problem go away. And sometimes the problem goes away by itself, and it's like you just wasted all this time, worrying about problems, and you're no longer doing this. So you're just kind of, like I say, you've been at the forefront. You've actually been in the steer, driving the car. You're driving your own car. Um, I'm hearing that song Fast Car. It's probably significant for you. You should listen to that song Fast Car. I forgot what the lady's name is. I'm terrible with names anyway. Um, but you're living very open-mindedly, and something's knocking on your door here, quite literally. The universe is knocking on your door here, and it's not to be like, oh, wake up. It's like something's at your door. Something's coming into your life here this week. And this is something. It's an upgrade. I keep hearing upgrade, and I'm seeing like an arrow going doop like this. So it's a big upgrade happening here for you this week in terms of your physical experience. In terms of your physical experience, how you experience life is changing this week. Like you're worried things are gonna fall over, and like you're at a point in your life where things are very. It's like Jenga, like there's like pieces coming out of your life, and you're like, pardon me, yeah, I think you're trying to keep the thing together, trying to keep your life together without it falling over. And it feels like Jenga, where it's like pieces are coming out of your life, and you're like, I don't know if I can, if things are going to work out for me, if things are not going to work out for me. But this is precisely the energy you need to be in at this time for a new life to come in. The old life needs to die out, so to speak, or fizzle out, so to speak, in order for your new life to come in. You can't live a certain way and then expect another way to come in for you. That way has to be finished so that the new one can begin for you. And so that's what's happening. That's why your life was very uncomfortable at this time, in regards to you not being sure about whether you're going to make it or not, or whether you're going to be able to get through until the next month and, be okay. I'm hearing that, yes, you will be okay. I'm hearing also that you've got nothing to worry about. I'm seeing you very worried in the darkness. You know, You might be crying a lot. You might be just worried in general. Like you're trying not to worry, but the worry just keeps popping back up. It's like, you keep getting reminded of it somehow, from your physical reality. But you're shifting. You're shifting. The shift has already begun. You just don't realize it, um, because it's really intense. Like you're only feeling the anxiety behind it. No, it's not even anxiety. It's like a pain. It's like a needle pain that you're feeling in your heart. But it's because your heart's releasing all the all the blockages. Like not blockages, but like it's like gunk that's there. It's like gunk that was there, um, from your own mindset. From your own mindset, that gunk was there, of like you being reminded why you don't like people, you being reminded of like certain things and why you didn't like certain things. And so it's like these things, they sort of blocked your heart. So your heart's becoming very free here because of your experiences, and it's like that needle point. It's like it's not actually. It's like acupuncture. I'm seeing like acupuncture. It's like it's not that pain that you're feeling in your heart in regards to what's going on in your life. It's not the pain of like you're dying or something bad is happening to you. It's that pain you're feeling in your heart. That needle pain is like acupuncture. It's awakening your heart, like fully awakening your heart. And this is, I feel very strongly, I'm seeing you, and like you're trying to find, you've been for a very long time, you've been trying to find your way in the darkness. You've been using your lamp to try finding the way, but the lamp hasn't been fully activated. It's not fully bright. So it's like you've been trying to find your way in the darkness, not knowing that your light's not fully turned on. So that's why you haven't. That's why you feel like you've wasted a lot of time, but you actually haven't wasted a lot of time. Like you've been doing other stuff as well without realizing. You've been paying off karmic debts. You've been healing yourself. You've been leveling up your spirit, your soul, without realizing it in other faculties, in other ways. Anyway, let's jump into the reading and see what else is going on for you. There's quite a lot of messages just coming out. I'm feeling a lot better, so yeah, I guess. um, so yeah, looks like a very interesting week for you, to be honest with you. You're going to feel very relieved, is the word that's coming to mind. You're very relieved with you sticking to your guns and saying, look, this is my new life. I want my life to be a lot happier than, I'm not going to go towards things that may be hurting me, maybe bringing me down in some way. Like I'm going to try and keep on moving forwards, no matter how uncomfortable it is. And you've been doing that. So it's like you're finally getting the relief this week from all of that. It's what it feels like. I can just feel your heart is very intense this week. Your heart chakra is very intense. So your current energy at this time is you're feeling very bored, very apathetic towards life in general. Like you're at a point, like I was saying, your life feels like it's kind of falling apart here. But things don't make sense at this time. Things are just like very up in the air. You don't know if things are going to work out for you or not. Like you're maybe watching a lot of tarot readings, trying to use your own intuition and trying to get the answer of whether you're going to be okay or not, like what the hell is going on within your life, because you can't make sense of things. So you're at this point where you're contemplating a lot, but you're just bored of the same old, living in a certain way, living. And I feel very strongly, just like very financially, like your financial situation, like you don't want to be working at particular jobs, you don't want to be working in situations, and you're quite drained of being around those environments where you're having to do a job where you don't enjoy doing that job, and it's like you're quite sick and tired of living that kind of lifestyle, and you want to move away from it and do move towards your purpose. But you have been showing up for yourself. You've become very clear within your thinking, your ideas. You've been communicating effectively of like what you can do, what you can't do. You've been very self-expressive as well. Like you've been within yourself. You've been expressing yourself within your own mind of like what you need from life at this time, what you don't need from life at this time, in terms of everything, like in terms of anything that could be unhealthy, anything that could be healthy. They're trying to do more healthy things as opposed to unhealthy things. But you're gaining clarity here with why you feel, why you're in this, why you're in this position of feeling very apathetic, and why you feel very dissatisfied at this time. Like you're gaining this mental clarity, and this is before you see your current energy. And the reason is because you've completed a cycle here. So you've finally completed this cycle here, and this cycle is basically represented by the King of Cups here. So it's basically this cycle has been a cycle of you like really finding this great and deep sense of calm within yourself, so that you can make decisions that are in very cohesive with your inner world. So your inner world, you've been going through this sort of chapter, the cycle within yourself of really purging yourself of anything that truly isn't you, any idea, any belief, any programming within your subconscious, within your shadow self, within your within your conscious mind. You've been really going through this major healing of finding yourself truly. And so, like I was saying with the channels, like you've been unblocking this heart that you're feeling this probably at this time as you're watching me. You've been feeling it for a while in your heart, like there's a needle pain that's going on. And it's not something bad. It's actually like an acupuncture thing that's happening right now, where you're again, I'm not a doctor. If you feel like you've got something going on, I would go see a doctor about it. But as I was saying, your heart is basically bleeding out the horrible stuff. Your heart is bleeding out the horrible gunky. I'm saying like dark energy, like when you have blood and it's like it becomes it dries out and it becomes very dark and almost black. So it's like that. Like that's what I'm seeing. That your heart is bleeding out and your heart's becoming, the chakra itself for some reason is becoming very pink as it's healing. You've gone through this cycle of like really trying to tune into being compassionate towards yourself, finding compassion in general, becoming balanced is basically what it is, because you would make decisions not sure if this is the right decision or if it's the wrong decision for you. Like you've become free of limitations within yourself. You've become free within limitations within yourself. You've become free from limitations outside of you also. But there are certain ones that you're having to do and you're having to keep up with, even though you don't necessarily like them. But this is what you're bored about at this time. But you've been, again, like I was saying in the channel, you've been working on different parts of yourself while you've been in this energy of like trying to figure out, your position within life from a financial standpoint. And so you've now completed this cycle, which is almost like a prerequisite of like you entering a much more grander time within your life. But this is an accomplishment for you because this is a big feat. Like I feel very strongly you weren't ever taught how to be, how to tune into your own divine frequency, how to tune into your own frequency. Like you didn't know how, no one taught you how to do this. No one even gave you a glimmer. Like you had to figure this out all on your own. And now you're very balanced. You know, you have this calm, and you're very caring towards yourself, your life, and what you do, what you involve yourself with. And so this is what the whole point of this cycle was. You were going through this cycle, and you now completed it. You now completed it, and you're showing up as the King of Cups, which is really beautiful energy. You know, the King of Cups here is he's mastered his inner world. The inner world is basically, you know, there's different meanings for the King of Cups, but here I'm seeing it as you've mastered your inner world here in terms of making decisions that are truly you and truly in alignment with what you want from life, as opposed to decisions that are not you and that may be causing conflicts within yourself of, is that me, is that not me? Like you're no longer in this space. Jumping into the week, your theme for the week is the moon. So the moon here as your theme is basically saying that there may be some illusions that are popping up here within your life. Some kind of things that are giving you anxiety, some kind of things that might be trying to trap you in some kind of daydream this week. But the advice here for your week is you will be your intuition will be more heightened during the week as well. I don't know. We just had the full moon, but the moon's affecting you at this time. I just see that watery energy is affecting you at this time, and you know you'll be able to cut through all of these illusions, these daydreams, by connecting to your intuition here during this week, illuminating the way for you. So it's like things are coming in, like these sort of things are coming in, these illusions are coming in, and these are not illusions that are grounded in reality. Again, an illusion is not something that is grounded in reality, it's something that is fake. So it's an illusion that something looks a certain way, but it's not that thing at all, and you're going to cut through it. And I particularly feel this is around, you know, friendships that, or, you know, relationships, platonic relationships that you will be encountering this week, or that you will be deepening this week with people around you, or that you've met recently, or if you're in some kind of new situation, or you're doing something that you enjoy, or something that you even just have to do in general. You're meeting some people, and you're going to be deepening your relationship with them here during this week, is what I feel like this illusions is all about. And it's going to heal your heart chakra at the same time. It's going to heal your heart space. Between Monday and Wednesday, we have the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups here is basically, you know, you finding harmony, finding balance, coming into unity with potentially soulmates. And these are, like I think, people that you've met or you're meeting here, coming into unity with them. And this has been clarified by the Five of Pentacles. So it's like this illusion is here of like you feeling like no one ever knows you, no one will ever understand you. Like you've been feeling isolated in general from people. Like you've just been feeling worried. You've been at a loss, you know, like you've lost all your friendships, you lost all the people that, you know, you've just been out here by yourself, going through, you know, things by yourself, you know, trying to survive life. And so this sort of situation is coming in here and breaking this illusion is what I'm strongly seeing, that you realizing, yeah, it's breaking this illusion that you're heartbroken, that, you know, that people are just out to hurt you, people are just out to give you sorrow and hurt and make you feel crappy about yourself, and, you know, people just have bad intentions. But you're going to find a lot of pleasure here on the other side of all of this. You're going to find that you're very abundant, you know, you're able to have everything that you want from a relationship, from friendships, from soulmates. it's not too difficult to ask for, but it's just you weren't who you are now. Who you are now is very different to who you were back then. When you look at yourself from this point of view, and you're going to recognize that as well when this happens, you're going to recognize that you are not that person anymore. You've evolved entirely. And so that's happening here for you between Monday and Wednesday. Between Wednesday and Friday, you're gaining clarity here about something that you've been avoiding, that you've been very objective with, like you've been very focused on your happiness and what your happiness means to you. Like you've been trying to figure out what that means to you, what happiness is to you. Like you, for a long time, you thought happiness was money because everybody around you when you were younger said money can buy this, money can buy that. So like you were in this sort of thing of trying to figure out what is your happiness, and you're gaining clarity in it. And what you don't realize is that you have actually been kind of avoiding and being objective and being indecisive about what makes you really happy, and the reason I say that is because this has been clarified by the Nine of Cups here. So the Nine of Cups here is basically saying, what are your dreams, what are your dreams, what are the dreams that you believe that can come true, what are the dreams that you believe that can come true for you, where is your contentment, what is fulfillment for you. You're gaining clarity, about what you prioritize as something that is for you, as opposed to something that is what someone else is saying to you, or someone you're seeing on social media, and they're showing that this makes them, that makes them very happy, and that's their fulfillment, that's their dreams coming true. But what's your dream coming true? Like, what is your dream? Like, what is your what is something that you consider that would make you very content, very fulfilled with life, and this is like this in general, where it's you're recognizing here that what your actual dream is, but not just that, but your dreams in general are coming true, because I'm seeing your energy is more in an alignment than it's ever been, and things are just happening for you. Things that you manifested from a long time ago are starting to come in, and they have come in for you. Things that you wished for a long time ago, because now your energy is not scattered everywhere. It's it's come together and it's become very radiant. So it's not going off in all different directions, and so you're gaining clarity, not just in this general about what your dreams are, but you're actually gaining clarity as well, that your dreams are actually coming true one by one. Like things are working out for you, like I was saying in the channel, like it feels very magical, like the universe is showing up at your door here, knocking on your door. New experiences are coming in here. And clarifying both of these, we have the Three of Cups. So you're celebrating friendships friendships coming together, with people in general, coming together within yourself, about things are finally working out for you. Finally things are going in a direction that you've always wanted, that from a very, very young age. And you're going to be celebrating this here between Wednesday and Friday. Between Friday and Sunday, we have the Magician. So you're stepping into your divine masculine energy here, and you are divine masculine energy is doing everything in your power to follow inspired action, follow creative impulses, take inspired action towards your manifestations. And this is manifestations also coming in here. As a result, the magician, he manifests very quickly. He can manifest within seconds. He manifests all these roses around in the desert where there is no soil, within seconds. And so the fool, when he meets the magician, he wonders how the magician can hear all his thoughts, and then the magician laughs and he just slips inside of the fool. And that's when the fool realizes that the magician is a part of him. So you have this part of you within you as well, where you're stepping into, you're embracing this energy of really using anything in your power to go towards your manifestations, to take inspired action, to follow creative impulses, so that your manifestations can actually come in for you here. And so this is the secret also to manifestations, is by you actually taking action towards them, that's how they manifest in for you. And so this has been clarified by the Chariot. So you have a great understanding of manifestation in general, like you've manifested before. And so now with this energy, the Chariot energy here as a confirmation, it means that you're manifesting now from your heart. And again, it goes back into the channel of like me seeing your heart being unblocked, and you feel it already anyway, of like you just need a sort of pin in your heart. As you can see here on the Chariot, his heart is radiating, you know. And so this is here the same for you. Your heart's radiating, and the way the Chariot moves is by his heart. It doesn't move. There's no reins, you know. There's no way to control the Chariot. He uses this wand, and the wand is powered by his heart. The stronger your heart is, the more stronger your willpower is, and the stronger your willpower is, the more this Chariot of yours moves forward. And so the faster it moves forward, without any glitches or anything like that. It's a steady way forward. And so you're basically taking very focused action. You're following inspired. You're taking you're taking very focused action towards your goals. Very determined, taking control. Not necessarily like, again, physically or like enforcing yourself, but like or beating yourself up in a certain way within your mind. But you're taking control from your heart. You're saying, my heart wants to do this. I don't necessarily need an explanation of why my heart feels like it needs to do this, but you're trusting your heart. It's like you've been taking baby steps recently in regards to your heart, like trying out this, trying out that, seeing when your heart, trying to figure out when your heart is telling you no, and trying to figure out when your heart is telling you yes. So you've been doing all kinds of things, trying to figure out like when your heart is telling you yes, when your heart is telling you no, and you've become very good at it at this point here. And I can see it here. You taking focused action towards like things that make your heart feel good. So it's like you're leading with your heart, and you're like, this is the way I need to go. It doesn't make sense, but this is where my heart is leading me, and things are just working out for you here. And so, these two together are very powerful. These manifestations coming in very quickly, wherever you're manifesting. And I feel very strongly here, this could be just everything in general. You want a better life, all in general. Like you have become free within yourself. You have become free within your life. You have been able to do things that you might have thought were, like you had to get to a certain threshold or earn a certain income before you could be that type of person in the past. But you've realized that no, that's not true. You are who you are. Basically, you are who you are inside of your heart. And so these two together are very powerful in terms of manifestation. It's a very powerful manifestation energy, divine masculine. You're very in your much. Again, gender's irrelevant here, but we all have masculine and feminine energy. But you're in a very strong masculine energy here between Friday and Sunday. Divine masculine energy, sorry, between Friday and Sunday. Taking action, like literally taking action towards what it is that you want in your life. And yeah, again, I do feel this is very strongly financial. Like you're trying to move away from a life, trying to take cunning actions away from a life that is betraying you, lying to you, deceiving you. You've gained the clarity. It's quite interesting here. So it's like you can see the two swords here. I'm seeing the two swords here, and he's got 5 in his hand. There's like you're gaining clarity here about your situation in general. And you're trying to run away with these 5 swords, which represents conflict and disagreement and regrets. So you're taking action towards your purpose, whatever you're working on in your life at this time. Your purpose, you may have been doubting whether this is truly your purpose or not, whether this is something that you're meant to be doing, but you've gained this newfound clarity of like, yes, this is what I'm meant to be doing. This is something that I'm very connected to, and yes, this is something that works with me. Whatever way you've gained this clarity. I'm seeing some of you might have been checking up your astrology or checking up some sort of stuff in regards to astrology, and trying to figure out whether whatever path you've been on has been the right path for you, and you figured it out and said, yes, well, this is the path for me. This makes sense. So you're trying to move away from that lifestyle here. Now that you've completed this cycle, you're trying to move away from that lifestyle that you've been living in the physical. You have been taking steps away. You have been in the spiritual. You have been moving more closer and closer. So what happens is when you start taking the steps in the physical, in the spiritual, they end up translating in the spiritual. But what you've been doing here is you've been taking one step at a time in both the physical and the spiritual, which is the best way to do it, actually, in regards to moving away from your old life and fully having a new life where things can move in order for you. Like, you had to have a lot of momentum in the last few months in trying to pursue being free and trying to pursue living freely. You had to have that momentum of like, change is going to happen, like, you had to believe that change is going to happen in order for you to move out of the cycles that you've been repeating, in order for you to break that loop that you've been in. Like, you needed a lot of energy. It's like I'm seeing when you have like a wire and you send a current through the wire, if you send a lot of current through the wire, it will fry the wire. And I'm seeing the wire was bent in like in an infinity symbol, so it was like you were looping around. You were looping around forever, forever, forever. And now that you had that momentum to keep moving forward, to keep pushing yourself, to keep upgrading your life, you've now burnt that wire off, so you're no longer going in a loop. You're not able to choose how you want to live. You're no longer stuck in the wire, if that makes sense to you. I'm seeing you just like zipping around as like a little blue light in the wire, and then just becoming free of the wire itself. So let's pull you out the challenge. If you haven't seen me before, the challenge is something that's trying to stop you from elevating your life. It wants to keep you stuck in your current reality or bring you down. The challenge is basically trying to stop you from becoming free. So when it does come into your life, it can come in the way of physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. When it does come up, when it does show up, the best thing to do is to ignore it, to not give it energy, and that's how you kill it off. So let's see what your challenge is, if I can pick up these cards. So your challenge for this week. So your idea of luxury, your idea of abundance, your idea of independence, you might be rejecting your newfound sort of your newfound new mental state, or your newfound mind, should I say. Your mind is literally changing, and you're kind of like doubting it, because you're like, well, hold on, because you're showing up here as the wounded warrior. Like, you're like, I've been through this battle, I've become victorious, you know, of going through challenges, going through things. Why hasn't my reward shown up for me yet? Why hasn't my reward come for me? Why hasn't the boats come in for me? Like, you probably heard that from another tarot reader, is what I'm hearing. That you watch someone and they said that your boats are coming in, and you're like, where are they? Like, I've gone through all of this, I've been victorious and upgrading and going through challenges, facing fears. You're feeling like this wounded warrior, you're feeling battered, you're feeling fatigued, you feel like you're on your last legs, you're making a last stand, and you're like, this idea that you've had of material gain, this idea that material gain is your happiness, that material gain, luxury, pleasure is financial pleasure, financial gain is financial luxury, sorry, is the epitome of your life, when it's not. You're gaining a newfound clarity here during this week, and you might be rejecting it and saying, no, I prefer the old version of the old mind that I had. But that's not really your mind. That's really a programmed version of you, that was programmed by society, perhaps by family, by people around you when you were growing up. It's like your challenge is, you might be rejecting your true self. It's not your new self, it's your true self. Your true self is gaining clarity about what makes them happy, what makes you happy. This is not like a part of you or a personality or something within you. This is who you actually are without the programming. So your mind is shifting here, but you still are trying to connect to this idea of like, luxury, pleasure, abundance, independence. And this is financially, like you want to be this very rich person, and not have to worry about anything. You can do whatever you want whenever you want. Um, and but that's not what your happiness is, because that's the program version of you. And that's why you've been very unhappy chasing after money. Like, we all need to struggle. We all struggle in life, in some way or another. Everyone struggles in some way or another. But it's what are you struggling for? Are you just struggling to live, or are you actually struggling for something? And this is what you're coming to recognize here, that you've been struggling for nothing. Like, you've been not struggling for what you believe in, what you really love, what you really enjoy. You've been struggling for something that you were programmed to struggle for, if that makes sense. And so you're breaking out of that, but this is still showing up as your challenge. And the reason why why it's showing up as a challenge, this idea of financial luxury, independence, abundance, is because it's destroying your chariot. You can see this chariot is being consumed by the fire. You're in this chariot energy here during between Friday and Sunday, really moving fast towards a much happier time within your life in general. Probably the most happiest time in your life that you've ever experienced. But because of this challenge of your idea of abundance, pleasure, money, basically, or that you need to be in a position within money where you don't have to don't have to worry about paying for anything, is actually destroying your chariot. You can see the chariot here has been consumed by the flames, and just being broken apart completely. And so it's something just to be wary about. Trust this newfound wisdom that you're gaining here about yourself. It's coming from your true self. It's coming from your unblocked heart. It's who you actually are. Like it's like the parts that you've been healing over the last year about yourself, like they've been slowly merging to your own being, and now your own being is now finally able to emerge as you're finally able to emerge as your true self. But you might be holding yourself back because you might not believe it. But again, and this is why I was seeing that you have your hands up here, and this thing is falling. You're open to receive your truth, basically. And this is what this little drop is. It's your truth that's coming into you. That little ball that I was seeing glimmering, it's your truth that's dropping into you, of who you are, like in a very, very deep way, in regards to everything about you. And you don't remember it, but a lot of things at that time you wished for, and now, because you're finally that person again, you're finally whole again, things are coming in for you because you've gone through healings in other parts of within your own being that is allowing these new ones to come in. It's quite a deep read. Let's see what your outcome is for the week. So your outcome here is So your outcome here is, at the end of the week, there's this sort of earthly power over you, I guess, where it's this sort of financial situation that you're currently going through, is making you feel very negative. It's making you feel very upset with yourself. It's like making you very anxious, worried, just in general. Financial security, financial control, financial need that you have at this time. But you're shifting yourself, you're shifting your focus, you're shifting your entire being here. Even though your physical reality is not making much sense compared to your inner reality, you're shifting your inner world from being worried about finance, allowing yourself to be worried about finances, allowing yourself to be, in this state of like worry and stuff, to a state of allowing the universe to come in and heal you, purify you with love, purify you literally with love. So you're choosing love here. You're choosing to love the journey you're on, choosing to cater yourself to love rather than cater yourself to finances. And what I mean by cater is is your focus. You're no longer focusing on how your financial situation looks like. You're focusing now on what you're doing with your life. You're not trying to compete with anyone anymore by the end of this week. You're no longer trying to compete with people around you, people your age, people that are, that are in much better financial positions. You're now choosing to see your life as an adventure compared to something that you need to work, earn a certain amount of money, then you can begin your adventure. It's like you're choosing to begin the adventure now rather than saying to yourself, I need money and then I can have an adventure. It's this really beautiful energy. You're shifting from this sort of negative mindset to a much positive, free one, where full of love, which is making you very balanced, harmonious, and is uniting your energy from manifesting things that are not what you want. And so it's making your energy more fertile, it's purifying you, and you're going to find a lot more fulfillment by choosing love. And this is not with a person, this is within you, for like what you're focusing on. You're focusing not on trying to earn money to live happily. You're trying to focus on what makes you feel loved, what makes you feel loved, what makes you feel good inside. You're choosing to focus on that. You're like, the money will come from wherever. Like, you have a very strong belief the money's going to come from wherever to alleviate your financial stress. But you're not gonna, you're giving your worries again to your spiritual guides, to the universe, and you're saying, I want to enjoy my life. And you're clarifying all of this. We have the Page of Cups, so it's like you're connecting more deeply to your psychic gifts here. Unlocking more psychic gifts. You're connecting very deeply to your spirituality, unlocking more psychic gifts. Yeah, I got a double confirmation here of you unlocking psychic gifts, that you're becoming the shepherd of your life. And the heart's very strong here as well. There's very interesting outcome. Gaining a lot of mental clarity here. A lot of communication is happening. You expressing yourself with people around you. It's a very interesting time that you're stepping into. You just don't realize it. Yeah, it's a very spiritual time of you really connecting to this knowing within yourself, trusting your heart that you don't need to be in a position where you're ridiculously rich and you need to be, like someone that is overly wealthy and doesn't have to worry about what they pay for, so you can enjoy the finer things in life. Like, you're starting to realize here, the finer things in life are the things that you love, not the things that you can buy. Damn, that's deep. It's true though. It's true. The finer things in life are not the things you can buy, but the things that you can love. There we go. Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna leave reading there. But you're shifting your focus. You're shifting your focus from worrying about finances to saying, do you know what? I'm gonna shift my focus into things that make me feel love. Things that make me feel love, that make me feel like you feel love towards, or just make you feel in a vibration of love. Yeah, in a vibration of love. This is a transformation you're going through, and you don't realize it, and you're going through it very smoothly, very, very smooth. And the reason why I say it's a transformation is because you've been like this for a very long time, about worrying about finances, and you're just like, I'm not, like, you're still doing the things that you have to do, like you're still having to work, you're still gonna work, you're still gonna do these kind of things that you have to do, but you're not chasing after the bag anymore. You're not chasing and saying, I need to have the money to live this kind of way. What you've been doing is, like, you've been resting, you've just been working and resting, and like, you've been overworking and resting, should I say. And now you're going to be working less, for example, working enough that you can sustain yourself, look after yourself, but you're not going to overdo it. You're going to take time out for yourself so you can do things, even if they're free, if they're whatever they are. And this is the transformation of you stepping into a new cycle here within your life, where you can receive from the universe. Oh, another card wanted to come up here. Yeah, because you've made the choice to choose love. So I'm going to leave your reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, my website is down in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon.